Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Jessie. I'm here on Baptiste Power Yoga Phoenix Instagram, getting ready for a live class with Brandon of Baptiste Power Yoga Fort Myers. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, Jessie.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm so good and I'm so ready to practice.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for having
Yay.
me here.
Yeah, we're so thankful that you were able to be our guest teacher, our badass Baptiste guest teacher this
Woo.
weekend. We've had some really awesome guests on, and so it's just like keeping the train moving, having you come on this weekend and teach. So yeah, if you would, just go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us, everything we need to know about you.
Sure, absolutely. My name is Brandon Sommers. I currently live in Fort Myers, Florida. I'm a Tier 1 certified Baptiste Power Yoga teacher, and I've been practicing Baptiste for about 5 years, teaching it for about 2.5. I'm a Baptiste yoga junkie, so Baptiste yoga is my life, and I love to join other communities like this one here and partner, teach as many places as I can, and just get to know as many people in the Baptiste yoga global world, and spread the love and get energy from other people. So yeah, that's kind of me. I teach all over. I was previously living and teaching in Nashville, Tennessee at a couple Baptiste affiliate studios, and I just recently moved to Florida on a mission to open up my own studio, Baptiste Power Yoga Fort Myers. So that's still in the process, and I'm excited about that. And yeah, I travel all over the country and have gone to other countries with Baptiste Yoga for their trainings and working on team with them. And I do like a similar role that Brian does at programs as well. So I've learned from Brian. And I first met Brian, I think, in 2018 at my level 2. He was working on team there in Sedona, Arizona. And then I met Mallory a few months later at my level 3 in California. We were both participants there, and then since then I've just loved both of those. And Jessie, got to know you a little bit a couple months ago recently through Africa Yoga Project Sweat Surf Share Challenge, and I just love you guys so much and your community. And that's another thing I love about this community, is that we grow and we inspire from each other so much. And I see what you guys are up to with how you impact community and how you guys constantly give back and partner with people. And I just think that's so important to be in the space of collaboration, and then
Yeah.
that causes connection. So I just love what you guys do, and I always, from afar, I see what you guys do, and I use it as inspiration for what I want to do right now. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Well, then on that note, yeah, let's get started.
All right, awesome. Jessie and everyone, take child's pose. Thank you to all of you who are joining and to practicing. My intention is to create some fun together. So stepping out of our default comfort zones and access of fun. So spread your fingers wide, reach your fingers far forward, let your elbows come off of the mat. And take a deep breath in, big exhale, downward facing dog. Roll over your toes, press your chest towards your legs. Good. Lift your right leg up behind you, bend your knee, open your hip. Do some ankle rolls, open your hip up. Take it wherever you want. You can flip out, you can walk your hands to your feet, you can jump up, or you can just be right here. No right or wrong choice. Beautiful. And then when you're complete, you'll come back to down dog, and you take as long as you want. Lift your left heel up, bend the knee. You can stay, you can roll out your ankle, you can take handstand hops if you're ready for that. You can flip out to flip dog. But truly invite in a sense of play, a sense of freedom in your practice. Like, get out of my practice has to look this way. It has to go from this pose to this pose. And then meeting back in downward facing dog. And take a huge breath in. Empty out. Step or jump to your hands. Halfway lift. Bow and take ragdoll. And start to cultivate a presence to your practice, to your feet, to your breath. You start to get grounded into just what's really occurring right here, right now. Typically, we label that as getting present. And coming out of thinking, out of thoughts, out of delusion, and into what is so. Like, what can you see with your eyes? What can you feel in your body? What can you create change in your feet by lifting the toes, pressing down through the heels, and getting present? Bring your feet together to touch. Rise up all the way, extended mountain. Bring your hands to heart center. And we'll take one Om together. From me to you, you to me. Take a breath in. Rise up, extended mountain. Forward fold. Halfway lift. High to low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths. If it feels good, lift a leg. If it feels good to keep pressing the hips back, do that. And if you want to elevate and take handstands, always here for you. Step or jump to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Look all the way up through your fingertips. Forward fold. I invite in space. Halfway lift. Lengthen your spine. Chaturanga. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. Heart up high. Downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths. And invite in play. If that's straightening and bending your knees. If that's shimmying your hips from side to side. Like, just let your movements feel good. Hello, welcome to Petite Salon. Hello. Take a huge breath in. Join us. Hop on your mat. Deep breath out. Step or jump forward. This flow is all about creating play in your body. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Rise tall. Look up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Go through your vinyasa. And ultimately, it doesn't matter if you're feeling in a playful mood yet or not. And take a few deep breaths in down dog. What really matters is that you're open for the experience of creating and feeling playful. Yeah, so maybe you're like working through tough situations. Maybe you're feeling tired, not really feeling in it. That's okay. Be exactly where you are. Honor that. No need to try to fake it. And just be really intentional about what can you shift to create more of what you want to see on your mat. Take a breath in. Empty out. Step or jump to your hands. Half lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. And stay for 5 breaths. Good. And then invite in a sense of play, whether that's a smile, whether that's doing a little happy dance, whether that's like inviting in a song in your mind. This morning, I was taking a class and the teacher said something about coulda, woulda, shoulda in her explanation. And then it made me go to the Brian McKnight song, Shoulda, Coulda, Woulda. And then I started singing that and it immediately brought a smile to my face. I was like, oh my gosh, yes. Take another deep breath in. Forward fold. Halfway lift. High to low push-up. A really nice breath, Jessie. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward. Warrior 1. Yeah, so sometimes I use little cheats like that. Sometimes if the teacher's boring for me or something, I'll just like put in a little song in my head and I'll be like, man, whatever it takes to get out of my head and just get present, just like land here in all my glory, all the physicalness of the pose, all of how I want to show up. Take a huge breath in, look all the way up, chaturanga, hands to the mat, flow through. Upward facing, downward facing, warrior one on the left side. And then plug in through both feet. Yeah, and then bring some ease to the upper body. Maybe soften the experience of the upper body, open the chest more. You can bend back, you can bend the elbows and goalpost arms. You can interlace the hands above you and take a stretch up. There's so many variations. Let it be your own and let it truly be created from you, from the center of you. Take one more breath in, chaturanga, hands to the mat. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, empty out. Now step or jump to your hands. Halfway lift, forward fold. Chair pose, one breath. Forward fold. Halfway lift, high to low. You can step back, jump back. You can take it on your knees. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, warrior one on the right. One breath. And be in choice how you show up, what variation you take. Chaturanga. Yeah, it's your choice to slowly keep opening up. Upward facing, downward facing, warrior one on the left. Where can you open up a little bit more to create more play? And then chaturanga, hands to the mat. Upward facing dog, downward facing. We'll do one more sun B. Take a huge breath in, empty out, bend your knees, jump to your hands. Halfway lift, forward fold, chair pose, forward fold, halfway lift, chaturanga, upward facing, downward facing dog. Warrior one on the right side. Rise up with your expression, with whatever's in your space. Where chaturanga, acknowledging it, right? Like not making it right, wrong, good, or bad. Up dog. Just being fully with what shows up. Down dog. Warrior one on the left. You might have a dog right in your face. A dog's arse right in your face. And then, can you be with that? And then chaturanga, down to the mat. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. It's things we never thought we'd get to. And here we are in Zoom life and in Instagram life and home practices. And can we just like be okay with that? Can we actually celebrate that, right? Like letting go of how the practice is meant to look. Step your right foot forward, take high crescent lunge. Bring your hands to your heart center and twist to your... Squeeze the shoulders together and find length and lift in the upper body. So lift the torso up higher, lift the gaze up, lift the whole chest up high. Come around warrior two. So good. Whether you're joining us at home, practicing with us, or whether you're hopping on and just like seeing Jessie move through the poses, both are super awesome options and inspiring. Like Jessie's just so fully committed to the practice. It's really inspiring. Take extended side angle. And that's part of like, hey Mallory, that's part of the commitment of like showing up. You show up and then there's this sense of community. There's this sense of, yeah, accountability. And then that it gives us permission to go bigger in the pose, to like expand and to like go bigger than what we would if we were just on our own. That's what community is all about to me. Yeah, take one more deep breath in. Chaturanga, hands to the mat, flow through. Upward facing dog, chest up high. Downward facing dog. Crescent lunge, left foot forward. Step, reach up, expand up and open. Feel free in the body. Feel light in the upper body. Feel strong in the legs. Hands to heart center, twist to the left. And draw the shoulders together. The leg muscles towards center line to activate Mula Bandha, the root lock. And then lift the torso up higher, lift the chest up, keep twisting, keep rinsing out. Open up to warrior two, everyone. Recently, when I've been taking warrior two, I've actually gotten more clear on like embodying a strong stance, like a strong warrior. The first like 3 years of my practice, I was shaking. I was like, I can't hold this for that long. I can't go as deep as you want me to go. This pose sucks. And nowadays, I'm like falling in love. I'm like a ninja. I'm like, ooh, how smooth can I make this transition? How like powerful can I make my body feel? And it's like, just like try it on. Like maybe that starts to take shape for you. Maybe you start to feel that feng shui, that like, I'm in one with my body right here. I'm powerful. I'm peaceful. Take extended side angle. Now, maybe all that's there. Maybe none of that's there for you. But just be open to it as you keep flowing, getting on your mat day to day. However often you show up, just get present to like how the practice transforms. Where you can take it in the moment, right here in the pose. Can you look up even higher? Breathe even deeper. Lunge your right knee even deeper. Your left knee, whichever knee. It's kind of backwards for me. Probably the left knee. and then can you like keep expanding up? Like, can you just like take that where you've created it, and then lean and breathe even deeper to find some new expression, some new feeling to get you out of what you were feeling. Take one more breath in. Chaturanga, hands to the mat. Flow through. Find that release. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Good. Step or jump to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise tall, extended mountain. And take airplane on the right. So you'll lift your right leg behind you. Straighten it, reach your arms by your sides. Good, and stay here for 5 deep breaths. Really, really deep breathing. Find the discomfort in this pose by staying, by pressing out through your back heel. Yeah, really nice, Jessie. 2 more deep breaths. Like let something come up for you in the pose. 1 more breath in, half moon, right hand down, or left hand down. Still, it's so backwards. All the mirroring of the cameras. It's good okay. Though, it's so good. Good. Lift the top leg up, yeah. Hug the belly in. 2 more breaths. Yeah, and get present to like you're feeling different and alive and awakened here. And then release. Take airplane on the other side. Lift your left leg up. Lift it behind you. Squeeze the leg muscles into the bones. Wrap them around the bones so there's this hugging in sensation. Not only from right to left of your body, but like specifically just even on your left leg within that one side of your body. Hug the left side of your leg, the right side of your left leg, hug it in, wrap the muscles around the bones. And now take half moon. And you put in all that work, and then as soon as you transition to the next pose, there's this like release. There's this like, yeah, Sammy, hey my buddy, my friend, my Africa Yoga Project mentee all the way from Kenya is streaming live right now. Oh, Sammy, so great to have you here. Hop on your mat and do some yoga with us. Take 2 more breaths. Reach up. Expand out. Take 1 more big breath in and release. Come to the top of your mat Extended mountain, rise up, forward fold, deep bow, halfway lift, chaturanga, you step, you jump, you float, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Step or jump through your hands, lie on your back for bridge. And then go ahead and lift on up into bridge. Root your heels down. And if you ever notice yourself going back into thinking or kind of drifting away from what's actually occurring right now on your mat, get rooted back into your feet. The feet are always like first great access to getting right back into what's happening. Where are your feet on the mat? Are they engaged, right? Are they working to support the foundation of what you're up to in your practice? Come back down, and then we'll take 6 wheels. So you'll plant your hand in your ears, and you'll go up. You've got it, you've got it. Rise on up. I heard a little bit of, I don't know, hesitation, fear, like this, out of Jessie there. All right, then come back down, come back down. Wheel number 2, rise on up. Go for it. Yeah, and then what happens if you get held accountable for something and you rise to the occasion? What does that open up? Lower back down. So many times, wheel, it's like people don't want to do it. Rise back up. Wheel number 3. Right? There's some kind of constraint. There's something that stops us from taking the pose. Lower back down. Whether it's I don't feel good, or I can't do it, or I'm not strong enough. Wheel number 4, rise back up. And then there's that moment. There's that moment where you're like, I don't know if I want to do it. Should I do it? Can I do it? Lower back down. And if you get rid of all your thoughts in that moment and just come into your body, you get access to something. Rise back up. Wheel number 5. 2 more. 2 more. What would it take to just lift up these last 2 wheels, right? Being in your body, being in your breath, down. Last and final wheel. We'll hold it for 3 breaths. You've got it. Rise on up. Jessie and everyone. Last and final wheel. You've got it. Jessie's going up, so everybody at home, you've got this. You've got this. She's up for you. She's up for you right now. So get up, everyone. One more deeper breath in. Lower back down. Supta Baddha Konasana. Good work, Jessie and everyone. Supta Baddha Konasana. Yes. Whew. And then just be with yourself. Be with the sensations you're feeling, the joy, the freedom, the energy. Hug your knees into your chest. Give them a really, really tight squeeze. Rock and roll forwards and backwards on your mats and come up into high boat. High boat. We'll hold it for 5 breaths. Once you get to the top, organize your pose, set yourself up, and then stay for 1, for 2. And keep putting your attention on the energy of the pose. 3, where can you lift up more? Where can you expand out more? 4, expand the chest up and out. Expand the heels up and out. 5, lower all the way down. Take half pigeon on the right side. Come into half pigeon or any variation of pigeon. If you like to do it on your back, if you want to take a double pigeon. There's been a conference just the other day that Jessie has prompted about yoga as escapism and getting present and like getting present to like what's happening. And there's just been such a great conversation around it. So many people have chimed in, and so grateful that people like Jessie are up to having those conversations and to expanding and people's awareness and perspectives on yoga and the practice, and it's really inspiring. It's like we kind of got to like, yeah, yoga is maybe a little different for everyone, and it's like, what are you accessing? Yeah, is it intentional? Is it just to check out? Is it to check in, get a sweat? Is it to work through stuck energy and unresolved issues? It could be any and all of that. And really, yoga, it means something unique and different to each and every one of us. Perhaps there is no right or wrong. There's just, what are you getting present to? This practice today, this journey into power, is an access to power, vitality, and freedom in your physical body, in your emotional body. There's releases, there's breakthroughs, there's challenges, there's resistance that gets up and gets released. Take half pigeon on the other side. And again, all of that could be here for you, or none of that could be here for you. Maybe that all sounds like, Brandon, I don't know what you're talking about. I'll take a few poses and work out my sore muscles or something. And great. And just be curious about what is possible from landing on your mat, from focusing on your breath and on your feet and on the energy of your body, how you show up in the pose. Ultimately, the only person who can decide what they get out of the practice is the individual, you. The teacher can't create an experience for you. The teacher can't get you to learn or to discover. That's all over there with you. The ball is in your court. This practice is exactly what you make it mean, what you put into it. And slowly come out of this pose and take an inversion of your choice. You can take classical headstand or handstand. You can use a wall space near you, from legs up a wall, hips on a block, shoulder stand, tripod headstand. We've got about a minute or so to dedicate to your inversion practice. So be in the practice of this right here. Not something that you're gonna like lay into and fall and rest into, but something you're actually up to. One of the principles of this practice is be up to something bigger than yourself, right? That doesn't always necessarily mean like taking the most advanced version of the pose, and though it just means like, are you up to something in the pose? Or are you just simply taking the pose, just to take it? Like, what does that mean to be up to something? Could be the most big version of the pose, and you could still be up to something really big. Beautiful, Jessie. So good, so strong. And Jessie shared with me that there's been a lot of transition happening recently and a lot of busyness in her life, and she hasn't been able to practice as much as she wanted to recently. And like, with this practice, and it's like, boom, it's like, yeah, going through the motion, the flow, you get access to something new. You get access to, like, yeah, finding new energy, new space. And then slowly come all the way down onto your backs. You'll hug your knees into your chest and curl up in a tight little ball, a tiny little seed. Get your chin close to your knees, maybe even kiss your knees. Thank your body for what it allows you to do, for the way you move, just for the parts of your body that allow you to breathe and move around and move through this experience. And then let your legs go and come into Shavasana. Let your eyes close. Let your arms rest heavy by your sides. And take the next few moments here to just completely let go. And then take a deep breath in and a big long breath out. Slowly start to move your fingers and your toes back into awareness, back into movement and physicalness. And then roll over onto your right side. And from your right side, gently pressing yourself up to a seated position. Bring your hands to your heart center. And we'll take one Om to close our practice. Take a deep breath in. Bring your thumbs up to your forehead center. And thank yourself for something. Acknowledge yourself. Thank yourself for showing up, for the work that you put in, and for being a part of community and up to something bigger. And together, let us bow and we say, Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, Jessie, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Oh, this is awesome.
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Brandon.
you did.
That was so good. I really appreciate you and really appreciate you bringing all you have to our community. So would you share really quick where people can find you and what you're offering yourself on your platforms, just so everyone knows?
Sure, absolutely. You guys can find me on Instagram here. My handle is Baptiste _ Brandon. On Facebook, Brandon Sommers, Sommers. And I just love sharing this. I can't get enough, and I just want to give it to as many people as are open to receiving it. So that's what I'm about. And yeah, I thank you guys so much. Thank you, Jessie. And this was just such a fun opportunity for me. So thank you.
Yes, thank you. We really appreciate your support and your breath and sharing your practice with us this morning. So thank you again, Brandon, so much. I appreciate you. Okay.
Thank you.
We're going to sign off now.
Everyone.
Yes, of course. All right. Have a lovely Saturday, everyone. Bye.